Hey everybody, what's going on? Nick here from Action Figure Theory, bringing you another action figure review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Select Iron Man 3 Iron Man Mark 42 armor from Diamond Select Toys. Now this is the normal version. There's also a Disney Store exclusive version. The Marvel Select Iron Man Mark 42 comes packaged in the standard Marvel Select packaging, with the figure packed kind of awkwardly inside. I don't know, he's kind of like bent over and like trying to peek out of the box. I think they could have put him in maybe a Iron Man type pose. Maybe there wasn't enough room in the box though with that Hall of Armor in there. He's got the arc reactor down there on the bottom, and then he's got Iron Man up the left hand side. If we turn the packaging over, you got a nice headshot for Iron Man. It's pretty cool. It's not some of the best artwork that we've seen on Marvel Select figures, but it'll do. And then we flip the packaging over, and you can see Iron Man 3, Iron Man Mark 42 armor. You got the figure up there on the top right, and then you got War Machine on the bottom right. The War Machine is the other regular version that's out at comic shops. And then there's also Iron Patriot and a Battle Damaged Mark 42, which is Disney Store exclusive. If you want to check out the bio for Iron Man, you can feel free and pause it there. But for now, I'm going to be ripping this guy open. Okay, so here we have the Iron Man Mark 42 outside of the packaging. From the moment I saw this guy be announced, I was excited about him. I was emailing, trying to get a review sample of him. And first I was told they were completely sold out of them, but eventually I was able to get one, and here is the Mark 42, much anticipated. Reason I am so excited about him is because he comes with a Hall of Armor piece, he comes with a Tony Stark head, and he comes with swap out hands. How cool is that for a figure that you can probably get for about $20? The retail price is suggested at $25. But lots of times you can get them for cheaper, so super awesome figure. Let's take a look at him. You got Tony Stark, his head right there. He's pretty good. He's got brown eyes. The eyes are painted straight. He's got all of his paint is actually pretty good for how sophisticated the armor is. I'm pretty surprised. Sculpting top notch too. For an action figure in this size, I'm actually pretty impressed at how well it is done. And then we also got the Mark 42 head, and we got two fists, left and a right. Here he's got open palms. I'm just really loving this guy. One thing you might not like is the hips. They're kind of not painted and all, but it really adds for a lot of articulation, and you're probably going to like that later on if you like posing your figures. If you don't, then you're probably going to hate it, but I like it. Yeah, everything's pretty good. He's got peg holes down there on the bottom if you got a stand to put them on. Otherwise, let's take a look at his articulation. Marvel Select articulation's improved quite a bit over the years. And this figure, his head can go up and down just a little bit, and then it can spin left and right. Not that far. I mean, if you really force it, I suppose you could spin it all the way around. But who wants to do that anyway? His shoulder flaps are actually articulated to help get him out of the way for shoulder movement. He's got ball joint shoulders, and his hands can go like all the way up and pretty much do everything. The shoulder flaps do get in the way still a little bit, even though they move, but it's okay. He's got single jointed elbows, can bend to about 90 degrees, and then he's got swivel hinge wrists, which is really cool. They can bend down and they can bend up, so you can get the repulsor blast pose in there. That's one of the best features I'm loving about the articulation. First, I didn't think he had it, but you gotta kind of force it because of these armor pieces on his hands here. You kind of gotta just force it up, and then it'll go. He's got a really fluid ball joint on his torso right here, and then for his hips, got some swivel hinge hips, and they can do the complete splits. You can go forward up to about 90 and everything. I mean, for being in a Iron Man suit, he's pretty articulated. Let's just go with that. He's got double jointed knees, and then we got a pivot ankle. You can pivot them around, work really good. And he's also got a hinge here, but it doesn't really have much movement in it. It's not that big of a problem because he's got the pivot, but it would help a little. And then we also got the Hall of Armor accessory piece. He kind of just stands in there. It kind of would have been cool if he had peg holes down there on the bottom for him to stand in so he doesn't just fall out or whatever. But he just kind of stands in there. It looks pretty cool. It's just like 4 pieces that you put together, and you just assemble it like that. It's really easy to assemble, and it stays together really good too. It's just made of plastic, and then you can see around the back. It's not the best looking on the other sides, but you put other stuff around it, then it's pretty cool. I like how you can also use it for other figures, like perhaps the Hasbro Legends, the Iron Man Legends that came out. Overall, I'm going to have to recommend the Iron Man Mark 42 by Diamond Select Toys. I think it's really cool that you're getting a Hall of Armor, a Tony Stark head, swappable hands, all for $20 to $25. The articulation is pretty superb. There's a couple areas where it could need improvement, maybe the ankles. But otherwise, it's a pretty good figure. Maybe even the head as well. But it's a pretty good figure. I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you get him. If you're interested in buying this figure, then you can check out some of the links in the description below. And for all the best action figure and toy news, check out actionfigurefury.com. And I'll see you guys next time.